opening statement, then we'll open the floor for questions.
Well, first of all, what a great team win. I couldn't be more happy with this group because I try to tell them we're in a season right now where opening night was unbelievable with 100 points, but then there's a reality that you're not getting 100 every night. And I told them, listen, this is a game from last year where you're playing a program where I have a ton of respect for UTC. That's a winning culture. That's a program that understands how to win, that you're not just going to come up here and punch them in the face, that they're going to make it ugly. But we got to have, I call it a seatbelt mentality. All right, and what I mean by that is you're not just going to come out and have a smooth ride. They're going to do a lot of great things to make it ugly and try to find a way to stay in the game. And I thought they did that, but credit to my young women for being the tougher team and finding a way in 4 quarters.
Rob, you're in the front.
Mike, no mic. Anaya said that the message in the locker room actually came from Debrisha. She kind of got them straight. Well, what's it been like, having a player like that and Jerk too, that, it's not all on you or the coaches, like they can get the players straight too.
100%. It's player led. That's what that's what I've been saying. We're at a season where we got to fail fast and learn quick. And I've done this the last 4 games. I write 4 questions on the board. Number 1, what do we need to fix? Number 2, what are we doing well? All right. And when they can go in there, to your point, and Poe immediately starts that conversation, and I'll walk in and she's like, Coach, here, we got the answers already to what's going on. I think you saw that in the 3rd quarter where they were like, heck yeah, Poe, great suggestions, great feedback. Let's go out there and make sure we're playing Mississippi State way. And I think that's why you saw a 22-7 quarter there in the 3rd.
Then you're in the front.
I know it's, the little things, the fundamentals, but almost perfect from the free throw line, 20 out of 21. How important is that just to, just make sure you're doing something like that well and aren't hurt by, something that they can't control?
A huge, especially in a game where you go 3 for 17 from the 3-point line. You got to find a way to get some good ones. So for us to go in physical and play hard and get that foul, but most importantly, step up and make those free throws was huge. I was happy as a head coach because that was a focus this week. Shout out to my assistant coaches. They did some distraction drills when we finished practice with rolling balls, jumping. I had coaches going in the stands just trying to bring joy, but most importantly, make sure they focus in. And for them to go 19 for 19, that shows me what we were doing at the end of the practice carried over in the game.
We're going to go Jake over here.
Coach, 10 points for Denham tonight. What did you think of her performance today?
Huge. They did a great job where, again, they had to make it ugly. They had to change some things. I thought they blitzed off of her and tried to go double the post. They had big-time gap help saying, listen, we know we can't stop them in the paint. Let's make them beat from the outside. So for her to step up and make those huge shots, but also +1 on some dagger assist where she had 3 there was phenomenal. But again, outside of what she does on the offensive end, that young woman doesn't get enough credit for her defense. The way she's able to sacrifice her body, and I was glad, my hands went up. I was probably like every other fan when she took that charge. I thought her knee buckled, but she says she's great, so I'm glad to see her bounce back up.
Rob, you're in the front.
Defensively has been your constant through the first 4 games. I mean, just really good again today, holding them at 27%. You talked about how dangerous they can be, especially from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Well, what have you seen from this year's defense through the first few games?
Yeah, just a relentless joy playing with game, right? I think it starts with Denham and Destiny. I mean, what a great 2 that can pick up the ball in the backcourt. You got Denham, who is as fast as any kid I've ever coached. She reminds me of Dana Evans, who's in the league right now for me at Louisville. Then when I sub her out, you got Destiny, who's got this long wingspan where Denham got in you and Destiny's just waiting for you to mess up. Then let's talk about my centers. All right, the wings are elite, but then if you get past our front line, you've got Medina, who's unbelievable motor. Her length alters shots. Then you bring in Near with a 6'6" wingspan, and then you got Kayla, who just does all the little things. It makes it hard for our opponent night in and night out.
Coach, only 12 turnovers tonight. Where have you seen your team grow in that aspect the past 2 games?
Happy coach right there. All right, how many turnovers you say we have again?
12.
Come on, let's go. We've been at 17, 20. How many else we've been at, Jimmy? 25, 26. We're coming down, people. All right, I told them, to me, that's UTC is a team that can win their conference. All right, they did a great job. lining it in, can we make the simple read? So for a night that, you know what, was off from the three, I'm extremely happy to have a night with only 12 turnovers, because when I'm going to tell them, when you don't make threes, you can't give them easy looks. And I thought in that first quarter, they got some daggers on us because we had some missed shots and turnovers. So for them to stay strong and clean that up, that's one thing I'm definitely celebrating tomorrow.
Probably hear them.
Kayla only played 6 minutes, but 4 points and a couple rebounds. Seemed like she was affecting the game, the entire time she was in there. Hard to see from the number 3 center that comes with the ball game. What have you seen from her just coming in and playing her role?
Yeah, I can't say enough. I'm glad you asked me about her. She just brings so much to our team. I told the bigs this was gonna be a weird game, right? You saw early in transition where they're smaller, so they want to run us. So I told them I was gonna go more with the guards at the 4 spot, which I mentioned this on opening night. I love that about my team, because based on who we can play, I can match up to bigs, I can match up to smalls. So for the minutes she gave, I thought she was huge in that moment that we stuck. Obviously, I wish I could have got her more minutes, but it was a game that what was best for the team. She knew that. I talked to her before the game. I just need her to stay the course, because she's a special young lady. And outside of a box score, it's her joy. It's the way she comes in every single day of practice, and I'm expecting big things when SEC comes around.
The threes obviously weren't falling, but you have the guards slashing and driving to the basket and finishing. You outscored them 36-12 in the paint. Is that sort of just you recognize that it's not going to be your night from outside, but you change the offense to make sure that your guards are getting inside and winning their matchups?
Yeah, and here's to that one. I think that's where Debrisha Poe doesn't get enough credit. Debrisha Poe is shooting the heck out of the lot. I talked to Coach Castro after the game. I got to find more special situations to get her shots, because what's happening in the half-court set is they're not leaving her. So when they don't leave her, there's wide open lanes for Jerk and Anaya to get downhill. And that's why I hate, again, post 3 for 4, but she probably accounts for 15 to 20 other points just by the other team staying to her. So again, that's what makes us a special team right now, and that's what I talked to Poe when I subbed her out in the 4th to make sure she understands that.
Coach Jacquella had 12 points, but she's still not quite herself on offense, but she led the team with 8 rebounds. I guess what does it say to her as a teammate? Yeah,
just relentless. I mean, I had a situation there where I went odd rotation. I put Taryn at the 3, and I had Jerk out there, and Jerk was like, I got the 2. It's just she wants to win. All right, she keeps saying it. She wants this team to be great. She came back here for this team. To your point, if it's not her time to shoot the ball, all right, she's got to find a way, because that's what winners do. And I'm a happy coach. 8 rebounds is phenomenal. I would have loved to got a couple more offensive rebounds, which again the film will show. But the play of the game for me is when they went zone there in the 4th quarter. She found the free throw line, threw it to Anaya. Anaya throws it to her. She throws it back out. And you know what? For a kid with this much media hype and this, 90% of kids would have shot that shot, but that's a testimony to her. She was like, no, what's the right play? And if she keeps that mindset, it's going to be a special year.
I think, Coach,